Hello and welcome to RoboBoot's podcast, episode 124.
Is that what it is? 124?
Yes, I am Alex Hanley, the host, and with me as always, you just heard him, Jason Church.
Hey everyone, it's me, I'm here. I can't believe we're on 124 though. That seems like a lot of episodes.
It's a lot of episodes.
Oh my goodness.
This is 20-something on the SuperRoboPlay channel. We have
18?
No, it's 20-something.
Is it?
I think it's 20 or 21.
Jeez.
We had a retro episode last time, but this is a new stuff.
Is this new, or is this in the past and we're just pretending it's new?
This is October 2013. Government is shut down in the United States.
How is that still
Current
a thing?
events.
How are they still shut down? It's been 9 days now?
Longer.
I believe, something like that?
Yeah.
How?
Republicans.
Wow. How can they do that? How can they think that is all right to do?
It's so ridiculous, and we won't spend the whole podcast talking about it, but it's just like, I don't know. It's like, are the Republicans trying to say, we don't want to be president in 2016 because they're shooting themselves in all the feet that they have?
I watched Colbert Report the other night, and he did a really funny little bit about he was making a board game of this, and it's like he was playing the Republicans. It's like, and we win, and what's our prize? We don't get to be president. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. What are you expecting to gain? It's just It's embarrassing. That's really what it is. This whole situation is embarrassing.
The funniest thing I take from this is that the Republicans are the ones, it's called the Affordable Health Care Act, the Affordable Care Act. That is the name of the actual bill.
Obamacare.
And they're the ones who have dubbed it Obamacare. They do it as a slur, as something negative.
Yeah.
Yet we're going to look back on this in 50 years' time, and they are the ones who have named it Obamacare.
And
that's what it'll be remembered as.
Yeah.
As such a positive, as such a fucking high note.
Yeah.
There was a man named President Obama who tried to give health care to all the Americans at an affordable cost.
And he was black.
He was a black guy who tried to give health care to all the poor people. Who knows how many lives he's saving in doing this?
But
he's a bad guy for this.
But then everyone's going to have to pay insurance. And what if you don't want to pay insurance? It's like,
their argument is so ridiculous.
It's ludicrous.
I know, and there will come a point where the Republicans will just concede because he's not going to.
No.
But yeah, they look so bad. I don't realize that they know how bad they look. The GOP approval rating is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're so fucked. 2016, Hillary is going to run all over that shit. President Hillary.
Probably. I have to imagine at this point.
Will she step down from Secretary of State probably to just start prepping? Start doing push-ups.
Okay, she's gotta.
She's probably doing.
Hillary, you should start doing those push-ups, making your tits get small. From propane.
Thank you. They're probably gonna she's probably fucking Bill like crazy to get that presidential juice in her. Get that good juju in her system.
Probably, I have to imagine that she's like working it hard. I'd be okay with President Hillary. I think that'd be a
when
benefit.
It was in 2008 when it was between Hillary and Barack. I supported Barack Obama just because he's my man. Yeah. But no, Hillary fucking Clinton is like a genius. She's so smart. She's smarter than anybody in the fucking Republican Party by 150,000 miles.
Yeah. It makes me sad, though. You go online, and I know the internet is the worst place to get, opinions from people, but just how many people are still so, this is Republicans? It's not their fault. It's Obama's fault. It's all his fault. He's doing this because he's trying to save money. It's like, what the fuck are you talking? What are you talking ridiculous. About? So that's all we'll talk about of that. But we're Canadians, and our government maybe not the best.
Privatized healthcare for the past fucking, I don't know, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
But we live in longer than you.
And
it's crazy. 'Cause it's like, part of me would love to live in the States, but there's it's like I would like to because it's just
there's more things.
There's way more things in the States, but also the United States. It's
a joke.
It's compared to Canada, and the weird thing is how negative they are towards Canada. It's like, yeah, because we're better than you.
Yeah, what's holding us back? We don't have as many people here.
Yeah,
that's literally it.
Yeah. And the thing is, people are like, oh, it's so cold in Canada.
No, it's not!
Vancouver is so mild as shit. It never gets hot. It never gets cold. It's the same temperature all the time.
Saskatchewan or something.
But it's like, at the same time, it's like, yeah, but Minnesota gets cold. There's plenty of places in the States that get cold, too.
No, that's the problem. I've always talked about, like, unfortunately for me, like, the industry, the game stuff, it's all in California. It's all on West Coast, East Coast as well, but it's all in the States.
And they keep shutting down studios here.
Pixar just went down this week.
Today,
yeah. And, God, that was today. But it's just like, man.
They made that Partysaurus Rex short. I don't know if you saw that.
I have.
That shit is good.
It's very good.
That's fucking funny. It's entertaining. I saw that shit. That was the first one they put out of these Toy Story tunes or whatever they're calling them.
100 people lost their jobs.
Yeah.
I know some people who were like, hey, we were going to announce, there's this one studio, Fathom Interactive in Vancouver here, that was like, we were going to announce this a few weeks from now, but we're actually opening a 3D like movie part, so we've got like 20 jobs, so this isn't the best way to announce this, but it's like, if you guys need jobs, come on. So it's like, Vancouver's really good about that, actually. If when a studio shuts down, they'll like band together.
There's lots of studios shutting down, though.
It's not good.
But at the same time, there's lots cropping up, so I guess it kind of balances itself out.
There's a lot of startups happening in Vancouver more recently, which is great. But no, I was saying, it's like, everything is in the States, and it's like, I know that one day I'm going to be forced to move down there. And it's like, while there's lots of things down there, I just don't want to deal with the government. I don't want to deal with the fucking insanity that country is. Not the people. It's just like...
Well, and the notion of, oh, what if I get sick? Bad?
Yeah.
and now I'm super fucked because I don't have health care.
Yeah. And, the privatized healthcare is through the roof because they abuse the system of insurance.
Luckily, the way I think it works is, like, a Canadian can get dual citizenship.
Yes.
It's not the other way around. An American cannot get dual citizenship.
No, it's the other way around. Americans can get dual citizenship here. Canadians are really lax. Like, anyone can get another citizenship. Because I think of Scott Mosier.
No, the thing is, if you're an American, and you go to like Canada, and you can't, like, if you revoke your American citizenship, I want to become a Canadian citizen, that's fine. You're just not an American citizen anymore.
Oh, is that what?
That's why people like Jim Carrey or Michael J. Fox or whoever, like Canadian actors and stuff, they're dual citizens. I don't know that there's another way around. It's basically America going, you don't want to be American anymore? All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Canada is just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
So, luckily, it's like, I think you would be okay. Like, say you go there, oh, I'm sick. I'm going to go back to Canada just for a bit.
I'm going to go up there.
I have brain cancer. I'm going to go back to Canada. Deal with this. Deal with my blood clots.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I just don't want to deal with that. I know lots of good people. Again, it's not the people that's the problem for the most part. It's just...
Well, we were talking a little bit beforehand of just like, I love the LA comedy scene.
Yeah.
It's like, I would love to be in LA and just like go to comedy shows and do all that. Like, I got a good friend, Tenley, who's doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Rubbing it in my face all the fucking time. All the fucking time. She's at Meltdown and all this stuff. It's like... And things that she's just getting into where it's like, no, I know everybody who's at that thing and I know so much about them. You know nothing and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, I should be there, not you.
But like, would you want to live in LA?
Well, I was saying, yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't think so. I don't think I could.
It's cheaper there. It's depending, but
I don't know enough. Maybe
I think you can get like it's obviously there's this huge scale, but I feel like there's no scale here. It's just expensive.
Well, it's expensive or it's really expensive.
Yeah,
and that's
here,
it.
But I feel like LA has like, no, if you want to live like a fucking bum, you can live like a bum. I'd be like, all right, I don't fucking care.
House market's going up again in Vancouver here, which is good for me as a homeowner. It's like
bad for everyone that does.
Oh yes, I was so lucky. I literally bought it at the best possible time I could. Interest rates going so much higher now. I got mine for like 3% or something, and it's like, oh, it's going up to 4, it's going up to 5. It's like, ugh. Lucky. GTA. You can sell your houses once you buy them. Now, do you get money back from doing that? Like 50% back. Basically. Oh, you do? Okay, well, that's not how the housing market works, but that's all right. No. But you can sell so you don't need to get the exact amount to buy a new place. Yeah. Just sell your old one, and you should have close. So we get like half. You'll get something comparable. So. That's good. We don't need to hop into that right away. No, but we've been playing GTA online, and... by the time you see this, maybe there'll be a video. Maybe there won't be. Yeah, well, I'm not sure yet. Yeah, who knows? Soon. We're working on it. Yeah. But yeah, that's a ton of fun. But we don't need to hop in that. We can hop that later. No. Last one was called GTA 5 Cast, so I don't want to do a whole thing on that. Well, yeah. But But no, it is unfortunate about the whole Pixar thing in Vancouver here, because that's such like a common thing where the U.S. companies, they'll have these little like companies crop up in Vancouver, like they'll buy studios and all that, and they stay around for like 2 to 3 years and then just gone. They dissolve them. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's just too expensive to maintain them.
But at the same time, like, I think it was, I can't remember, then not Leica, that's a fucking camera company. The one that made Coraline, that studio I'm pretty sure got shut down. That's not a Canadian one. That was based in, I believe, Oregon.
Yeah.
And even though they made something like Coraline, that was a big success.
Yeah.
Whatever they followed it up with wasn't. And I think they shut
down. What was that movie called? With the boy and he lives in a town of like undead things or whatever.
Frankenweenie?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe that was them. I know I saw the original Frankenweenie, but I didn't give a shit about the new one. But no, that studio, I'm pretty sure got shut down. And it's like, that's an American studio. Things happen. Fucking, that's the economy. Businesses closed, new ones open.
Yeah. Very, very hectic right now.
What else is going on in the news?
I don't know. I've been sick for like 6 days. So all I've done for the past like 6 days was watch Ghost in the Shell. Have you watched that?
I got one of the movies downloaded.
So that's the thing. There's a lot of like different continuities.
I told you I was going to watch, what is it, Millennium Actress. I still haven't done that.
No?
I told you I watched This Is the End.
Yeah.
And that was hilarious. I recommend that to everybody.
Yeah.
That's just like, as I was watching that, I thought to myself, oh, this is a comedy classic.
It's that good?
It's not that it's that good. It's just like, oh no, we're going to look back on this movie 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Because they're all playing themselves. And like all these guys are going to have bigger and bigger careers. And we'll look back on this movie where they all played themselves and goofed off.
Yeah.
That's why it'll be a comedy classic. Like, I was honestly watching it thinking like, is this the like new Animal House? Like, it's just a lot of fun. Yeah. You're watching it and there's never a point where you're like, I'm bored. It's not that you're always laughing, but it's always something that's entertaining you. And the gag reel just came out for that. But I saw Pacific Rim, but I don't want to take away from your thing. But I downloaded all this anime, but I haven't watched it.
No, so Ghost in the Shell, I remember watching the original movie's from like 1995. It's from this guy who was making a series right around the time of like Akira and all that. And basically the premise is that it's near future stuff, like 2030. There's been 4 world wars or something, and now people are able to have like android bodies, become cyborgs. It's
cool android.
It's super influenced by something like Blade Runner. I feel like more so the older movies. So I watched
the new one just came out like last year.
So that's what sort of got me interested. What is it? Ghost in the Shell: Arise, which is a prequel / reboot. I think of a lot of it as, speaking of reboots being rebooted. Did you see that?
They've been working on that for a while.
Yeah, so that went through last week. They're hiring people. Anyways, it's like
it won't be the same.
Yeah, no, it won't be. But it's like, that's cool. But
as long as it looks exactly like it did before. I don't mean like trying to. I want it to be as clunky and as like that. I don't know if everybody listening to this knows Reboot. Look up Reboot on fucking YouTube. There's plenty of shit. I think they have all the episodes on YouTube.
Well, they must.
And Beast Wars, same shit, Beasties.
Yeah.
But there's such a charm to that cheap, like computer animation at its infancy.
Yeah,
has such a charm to me. Because it's like I grew up with that. Like I love all those Beyond the Mind's Eye videos. Those are my fucking.
So weird.
Those make me. Like it brings back such a nostalgia to my childhood watching those. It makes me feel like an old man because it's like the same way an old man might watch fucking Popeye or Lil Lulu or some shit from the
Fake
60s.
Popeye.
Or that fucking Marine Boy shit we watched.
Oh, yes.
That weird anime. It's like the way, or like all the commenters where people were like, I remember watching this when I was a kid and I loved Marine Boy.
We went to the moon.
Yeah.
Buzz, get out of here.
That's what it makes me feel like watching Reboot or watching Beyond the Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
The animation is so dated, but there's such a charm to it to me. So if they do new Reboot, I don't want it to look good. I want it to look like campy.
I don't know what they're going to do.
They won't do that.
No.
They've been trying to reboot this for a while. I've seen like concept art stuff they've been working on. I'm like, I don't like this.
So apparently it's going through. I saw this on Reddit. It was on the Canada subreddit. But no, I think of the Ghost in the Shell series similar to Evangelion, where the new movies aren't necessarily sequels or reboots. It's like, it's its own thing. And Ghost in the Shell has done that 3 times now. So it's like there's the first movie from 1995, just like very different. It's all about an AI was born in the web, and it is now self-aware.
Summer Wars.
Pardon?
Summer Wars.
Kind of, yeah. It's like and that's
Digimon
the thing.
The movie.
A lot of animes and stuff and stories have like taken inspiration from Ghost in the Shell, where it's just like what defines what a human is. And they say it's like
Blade Runner shit.
There's exactly. It's so much that where it's just like
Effect. There's so many things that touch on that.
It's
like I feel like that's one of the main themes of a lot of Philip K. Dick's work.
Yeah,
of just what really does it mean to be a human.
So it's all that very philosophical, tied into this like near future cyberpunk crime drama. So it's like super good. So the original movies I watched them way back, and it was like just over my head. It's just. They're quoting philosophical thing after one another. It's just like, this is too much.
It's one of those things of like trying to watch Gundam when as a kid, and it's just like...
It's like, what is...
I guess this is cool. I don't know what's going on, though.
Yeah.
Cyber 6.
But then what... exactly. Yes. What I did end up watching this past week was Standalone Complex, which is their more recent anime. It's like 2 seasons.
That's on Netflix.
It's on... Is it?
I'm almost certain it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. And apparently the dub for that is pretty good. It's Cowboy Bebop-ish. But I watched that. That just such good writing.
Let's take 1 second to name the animes that have dubs that are better than the subs.
Okay.
Cowboy Bebop.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z is the number one. The fucking Japanese fucking subs. The voice actors for the fucking Japanese Dragon Ball Z. Holy shit. All of them are fucking terrible.
God awful.
The person who plays Goku, Gohan, and Goten is an 80-year-old Japanese woman.
Not even joking.
80-year-old Japanese woman.
Even joking
so
here.
Terrible. The guy they have to play Goku is perfect.
Yeah, just some, hey, I'm Goku.
Just a guy who's perfect Goku. Just so much charisma. Instead of like this screaming old Japanese woman. It's like literally that.
It is
fucking ridiculous. But Cowboy Bebop can be done either way. I like to do English just because I like those voice actors, and you can appreciate the art more.
Full Metal Alchemist, I've heard, has a good English dub.
Pokemon.
And original Pokemon?
Original Pokemon, hell yes.
Yeah, good dub work. Besides that, I don't know.
So many puns.
So many puns. The Minnesota Viking reference in like the second movie. It's like, what?
Yeah. Is that the original Japanese one?
Yeah, is that what they said?
Go Vikings. Speaking of which, football.
Let me just finish in saying, Ghost in the Shell.
Go Packers. No.
Such good writing. The last episode, just not like crying, but it's just like tears rolling down my face for the characters you wouldn't think. Like, they do such a good job of humanizing these robots. It's like, how can they do this? So I highly, highly recommend it. I was put off by those original movies, but it's like, no, go watch Standalone Complex. And I hear the new Arise one's really good too. So that's all I did,
mixed things. We'll ask Shizu.
Yeah, Shizu, if you're watching, or
he doesn't like these podcasts.
Oh, he doesn't?
Too long, too much of a commitment.
We should chunk him up.
No.
No.
No. I was telling Jason before this. Got to do some sports. Give you guys a sports update.
Time for the sports corner.
To be fair, we've gone like 5 podcasts. We're in week 5 of the NFL season. I haven't even talked about fucking football at all.
I feel like we always forget. Well, you always forget.
Probably.
Something comes up.
Seahawks got off to the best start they ever got to. I'm a Seahawks fan. Teams I like, Seahawks, the Vikings, Ravens, Jets, Eagles. That's really it. But Seahawks first and foremost, then the Vikings.
Go Packers.
Packers are good. Only teams that I really despise are the Steelers. I think that's it. I don't like the Patriots either.
I think I should
fuck the Niners too.
I should interject. If you've only been listening to the SuperRoboPlay podcast, Alex, very big sports fan. Me, I don't give a shit.
Jason doesn't like sports. I love the sports. Y'all know that. I've done a few sports things for SuperRoboPlay.
You have.
I only really like hockey and football. I like tennis too. But baseball, not into it. I think baseball is a sham. Golf is boring. Basketball, you only need to watch the last minute of the game. Like everything else before that.
Squash.
I don't know nothing about squash. Squash is just a 2-person thing. It's not a sport even. It's like an activity.
I don't think it is, but
it's just a thing that people do. I'd play squash. Looks like fun.
It is.
Yeah. Have you played squash?
I have. My dad and I used to play it when I was younger. They actually have one Port Wilton here at the gym over there. They've got 2 squash and racquetball. I don't know the difference.
There's also like there's a type of tennis that you play indoors in a room.
It's probably racket.
It's called
against a wall.
It's called it's tennis with a fucking court. It's called real tennis. I swear to God, I was reading up
about fake tennis.
It's basically like, no, we're real tennis. You play it indoors, and I don't know. It's weird. I was reading up on it, and I think you can bounce shit off the walls and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was reading about it. I'm like,
that sounds dangerous.
I don't know. I was like, this seems fucking stupid.
Just like
no wonder I've never heard of real tennis before.
Hit off the ceiling, bounces off, smacks the guy in the head.
It's a tennis ball too. But
yeah.
I don't know. It seemed weird, but no, I like tennis, and it's a good time to be a Canadian tennis fan because Milos Raonic, best Canadian tennis player of all time.
Really?
Highest ranked of all time. Okay. Singles player. Does double stuff too, not that good. But
football. Let's start with football. Seahawks lost.
Week 5. Got their first loss. They got up to the best start they've ever had. 4-0. They've ever had a record that good. And they were looking like the best team in the league. Still, the game that they did lose was against the Colts. Really tough game. Seahawks are known for having an amazing defense, an emerging offense. A few weeks ago, we played the 49ers, and everybody were like,
I saw you and Jeff Canada going
at it. Yeah, fuck that guy. I don't know. I hate the 49ers. Make that clear. I don't watch 49ers games because why would I participate in something I don't like? Mm-hmm. He is watching the fucking Houston and Seahawks games when he hates the Seahawks.
Well, that's such a common thing, though. People want to see... People love watching things that make them upset.
I don't.
No, they do.
I don't.
You don't, but most people do.
I guess. Because it's like people were just watching football. But for me, that was the first game of the day. Well, no, it's like some people will make a whole day of it. Mm-hmm. And I used to watch all the games. But now I only watch really the teams I give a shit about. And even then, I won't watch all of the fucking games. I like the Jets, but I won't watch all the Jets games because fuck them. Weird team. Ups and downs. But no, Jeff Canada, Totally Rad Show was going at me, or I was tweeting at him.
Yeah.
Because he was just, ragging on the Seahawks. This really close Texans game where it was like this real matchup. Texans looked like a good team until we beat them there, and they lost again last week. Mm-hmm. Now their quarterback, since then, their quarterback has thrown an interception every game that has led to a touchdown, 4 games in a row, which is an NFL record.
So that's a good...
No, it's bad.
Oh, okay.
He's the quarterback. He throws, it gets intercepted, and they take it back for a touchdown.
I'm saying you got a record, so that's good.
I guess. Terrible record. And now there was a report today of somebody just showed up at that guy's house.
Oh.
Showed up at the quarterback's house and was taking photos.
Okay.
And the thing is, the people that noticed it were NFL security. Because I don't know, I guess the NFL has their own, they're just watching, they're keeping eyes on their stars. They wouldn't want Matt Schaub, Houston Texans quarterback, murdered. They wouldn't want that. So apparently they had eyes on this guy. I'm just like, that's not good. But yeah, there was no formal police report. Who knows what was happening? Some guy just taking photos and was apparently fucking Matt Schaub, fucking
yeah.
Which is okay, Texans fans, Jesus Christ. Dallas football.
People taking things too seriously. Football. Government shutdown? Fuck that. Football. We gotta deal with this.
Gotta take care of Matt Schaub. But no, that was a close game where we were down. It was, I believe, 21-3 going into the second half. So it looked like we were out of it.
Yeah.
We came back. We were just and then it was I can't remember the scores. 2 weeks ago now. But no, Matt Schaub throws an interception to Richard Sherman. He takes it all the way back. We win the fucking game in overtime.
Wow.
With a field goal. That tied up the game, but yeah. So we look like a clutch team there. But Seahawks, love them. They're having a great season. Everybody thinks the Super Bowl is going to be Seahawks and Broncos.
Last year it was...
Ravens and 49ers.
49ers, right.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying to Jeff Canada. I was like, 49ers are the biggest fucking choke artists in the league. They went to the final thing and they fucking lost.
Yeah.
So fuck them.
Wasn't there some thing with the 49ers? There's some, I don't know, curse?
No. 49ers are one of the best teams of all time.
What am I thinking of?
Madden curse?
Maybe.
It's
only to do with San Francisco and curses. I don't know.
The Madden curse is just anybody who's on the cover of Madden usually will have a terrible year, and that was the thing for a long time. They're on the cover of Madden, then they're something bad happens to them.
Huh.
And that was kind of broken. I'm not sure, Sean Alexander of the Seahawks was on the cover. Mm-hmm. Was never the same after that. He broke his foot the next season. We ended up cutting him. He had like the best year any running back had. More, it broke the touchdown record.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was never the same after that.
Yeah.
Those were a long time ago now. But no, that's been broken because they had Calvin Johnson on the cover, and he went on to have more yards as a wide receiver than anyone's ever had. So they've broken that a bunch. So
it's like a curse? Fuck that.
But it happens. They put the thing is now the cover vote is like a fan vote. So this year they also fucked it up too because the guy on the cover is Barry Sanders, who's a former player, like a legend.
Wasn't this year it's the 25th anniversary thing?
Yeah, so they're calling it Madden 25.
Yeah.
So Barry Sanders
so
was on
stupid.
They had a fan vote of like legends and current players, and it went down to Adrian Peterson and Barry Sanders, and Barry Sanders ended up winning. Mm-hmm. So they basically put a guy on the cover who, like, you can't curse him because he's not playing anymore. He's already one of the best of all time.
Gets cancer, dies. It's like, whoa.
Brain blows up, unexplained.
It's like, okay, we need to stop putting people on the covers.
The big story in the NFL is that the Broncos, I believe this is the case, have more points than any team has ever had this far into the season. Mm. So in week 5, they have more points than any team in NFL history has had. Yes. Oh. Peyton Manning is the quarterback for the Broncos. Everybody knows Peyton. Probably easily the best quarterback in the league of this generation as well. He has 20 touchdowns so far in 5 games. That's just...
He's unstoppable.
It's insane. He had 7 in his first game. Which is tied an NFL record. He is also, I believe, 38 or 39.
So he's getting up there, too.
Well, he should have... Most quarterbacks don't make it that long.
Yeah.
So for him to be this good, and also... How is he putting up the best numbers of his career this
so late into his career?
And also, the Colts look like a terrible team because they cut him. He was owed a big thing, and he got... His neck... They were fusing fucking bones together in his neck because his neck was like fucking silly putty.
Yeah.
They fused his neck together.
That made him stronger.
Basically. Like the Indianapolis Colts were like, I don't know, maybe we'll just cut him. We'll get a new guy. They bring in Andrew Luck, who's this highly touted guy. The guy's name's fucking Luck. They bring him in and they cut him loose. Peyton Manning signs with the Broncos, having the best time of fucking he's ever had. So, but no, 20 in 5 games. That means he's on pace. There's 16 games. I can't do the math on that. 3 times as much. He's on pace to have like 70 touchdowns.
Yeah.
The record is 50. So, yeah, if he continues at this pace, Jesus Christ. But also,
and they just go out on a bang. Just be like, and I'm done. See ya.
But the interesting thing about the Broncos is back in the 90s, they were the best team. Coached by Mike Shanahan. They had like Deion Sanders. You ever heard Deion Sanders? They had John Elway. They had just the most stacked team of all time. They were so fucking good. The thing is, they go to the Super Bowl, and it was like Elway was getting up there in age. Mm-hmm. They win, and it was like, oh, is Elway going to go out on a high note? No, they're going to come back. And then they won the Super Bowl again the next year.
Jesus.
Again. The thing is, it was against the Atlanta Falcons, and Deion Sanders was playing for the Falcons, and then the next year Deion joined the Broncos.
So it's like
won. Yeah, so
as
like
the Broncos?
Yeah, as the Broncos.
Jesus Christ.
But so the thing was like, oh, is Elway going to go on a high note? No, he's going to come back. He's going to come back for one more season. They win the Super Bowl again, then he retires.
It's it's like, no
so that's the Broncos history. And the thing is, the guy who's running the show now for the Broncos is John Elway.
Oh.
So it's like he's the one who's in charge of football operations.
Yeah.
So he looks like a fucking god. He's like literally a god to the Denver Broncos. Like, if that man walked the streets of fucking Denver, he could have people like kiss his shoes and they'd do it.
Yeah.
But he was the one who was like, Peyton, come to the Broncos and you'll do what I did. You just come to the Broncos. So they look absolutely unstoppable. Like, the Seahawks are a good team. The Broncos are scary. That's how good they are.
They're just like cannot be stopped.
If the Broncos were to play the Seahawks, it's like, luckily the strong point of the Seahawks is defense because that's what they'd need. I don't know how you stop the Broncos. Literally,
pure offense. Nothing but offense.
For the Seahawks?
Yeah.
That's how they stop them? I don't know about that. Very young offense. The interesting thing is last game, the Broncos are running all over fucking, I think it was the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Deadspin did an article talking about how Peyton Manning, like, once every 5 years or so, he'll do a fake run play where, and the thing is, like, they chronicled it. Like, the last time he did this was in 2007 where he did it here. And it's just, like, amazing play where you just, like, he audibles it at the line, basically tells, like, blah, 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 fucking, here's the better, blah, 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 and just tells, like, we're going to do this now. And he basically tells his team, we're going to go this way. We're going to go right. And the whole team, everybody's thinking, we're going to go right. But he's the only one who knows, we're not going right. I'm just going to run to the left. So the whole thing is like, he's basically tricking his entire team, and that's what tricks the defense.
Yeah.
Because none of his team has any tells that they're going to be running to the left.
Yeah.
So everybody goes to the right, and then you see fucking 39-year-old Peyton Manning just like slowly jogging to the fucking end, and there's nobody covering him. It's like, this fucking genius. How is he so smart to do this? And the thing is, and he's talking about it, he's like, yeah, I only can pull that one off for like 4 or 5 years. Because if he kept doing it, it'd be so easy to tell.
Yeah.
But he only does it when it's like, nah, I know this will work right here.
Yeah.
He's way too smart for his own good. Like,
that's funny.
Normally, most quarterbacks, the quarterbacks have a like speakers.
Cyber brain.
Basically, the coach can talk to them through their helmet. They have fucking microphones.
Oh, so it is a cyber brain.
Well, not a cyber brain. It's like a headset. They just have
cyber brain.
Cyber brain. They have a headset in their helmet, so the coach can talk to them and be like, that's why they always have their headsets on, and they're talking to the quarterback saying, we're going to do this. Yeah. It's not always the head coach. Sometimes it's the offensive coordinator.
That's funny. Footballs bring the Ghost in the Shell tech into reality.
I guess. But yeah, they talk to them and they say like, okay, we're going to call this play, do that. Mm-hmm. So they have that. But Peyton Manning is one of the few quarterbacks who, no, he calls his own plays.
Huh.
He's so smart. And the thing is, they have a no-huddle offense. Normally, like, although they all get into a huddle and we're going to do this. All right, let's go do it. They don't do that. They have no huddle. He just goes to the line, looks at the defense, and then he starts like saying, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Let's do it. And that's why he's so hard to play against, because he's so much smarter than other quarterbacks that don't do that. Yeah. He knows all the plays in the playbook, can look at, okay, the offense is going to do this. All right, I know what
So it's his game.
He's just too good. Yeah. He's so fucking smart. There's like, and he's like the first guy to start doing this. And it's like,
will that catch on? I wonder.
No, that's the thing is like, why don't all the quarterbacks do that? They can't. They're not smart enough. Yeah. You have to be so smart to do that. And not only
on top of that, and play well.
Yeah, the thing is, not only be smart, but to be able to do the things that he does. Like, he has the most amazing arm and the most amazing accuracy. It's like, no, he's just the best. You look at old quarterbacks, it's like, no, they didn't do as much as he does.
Yeah.
He's too good.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, so hopefully Super Bowl is Broncos-Seahawks. But even then, Seahawks would have to bring their A game in terms of defense. But luckily,
I'm saying it, man, right here, right now.
Pure offense for the Seahawks.
Offense. They will win then.
Yeah, luckily the Denver has terrible defense. That's their thing. Like, they are pure offense.
And it works.
Yeah, and it works because they have Peyton Manning. The quarterback for the Seahawks is his second year now. Yeah. And he's great.
So that's football.
That's football. Also, hockey started on October 1st or whatever. Where's Jason going?
Turn on the lights. I'm telling you to...
I know, but I was like, he's just going to walk out the door? Hockey talk begins. I'm leaving. No, so hockey started 4 games for the Canucks so far. I'm different with hockey than I am with football. Football.
What do you mean?
Well, football, there's only 16 games in a season. Hockey, there's 82.
Oh, yeah, you don't watch as many games.
Oh, right? I only watch Canucks games. I don't give a fuck about anybody else's games. Football, I'll watch. If it's a good matchup, I'll watch whoever play. Just because it's fun. But with hockey, it's like, well, I don't care about these teams. Why would I watch this for 3 hours? Yeah. But no, I'm watching the Canucks, and they're 4 games in. They're 3-1. Okay. So that's 3 wins, 1 loss. They started the season off with a loss to San Jose, and then they played Edmonton, and they won. Mm-hmm. Calgary, they won, and they played last night, and they played New Jersey. That's the big story because...
Why?
We traded... Jersey.
We
traded Schneider to New Jersey. Our goalie, we traded to New Jersey. This is the first time they're coming to Vancouver. Schneider's in net, and we won that game.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck you, Schneider.
We were down 2-0, and then we came back, scored 3 goals, and we won. But the big story this season for the Canucks is we have a brand new head coach, and he's completely different. He's a hothead, defensive oriented, he wants his players to do shot blocking. That's his big thing. If somebody's shooting the puck, he wants you to dive right in front of it and stop it with your body.
You know what I think would actually work? Pure offense.
The Canucks used to be that because Sedin's and all that, but they have a really great defense. But
is it working then?
3-1, we look good.
I guess, yeah.
Like our Last game we scored 3 goals. The game before that was 5, and the game before that was 6.
So they're still scoring lots.
They're scoring like crazy, and the thing is, the offense isn't coming from the Sedins, it's coming from everybody. So it's like, oh, this will be interesting to see how it all plays out. They were talking about, before the season started, doing like a youth movement of like, we got to get the young guys in there. And that's what I was excited for. It really looked like these guys that we just drafted this year, Horvat and Shinkarik, were going to make the team. But then the last day, they sent them back to the juniors. So it was like, oh.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them.
Well, it's not the year of the youngins then.
Well, that was the thing. Everybody was like, oh, I thought we were going to have a youth movement. Why are we sending these guys back? And they can't be called up once they're in the juniors.
Until next year, right?
Yeah, until next year.
Yeah.
Because they're too young to play in the minors. Like, it goes juniors, minors, and then hockey, NHL. Yeah, Canucks look good. The big story is kind of... Well, number one, for Colorado, they have a new coach, Patrick Roy, who is like one of the best goalies of all time. He used to play for Colorado as a goalie. Now he's their head coach. And on like their first game, who were they playing against? It was the Ducks. And
it's weird. I was like, they were playing the Ducks in my head.
They were playing the Ducks.
Weird.
And like towards the end of the game, the Ducks and their coach, Bruce Boudreau, sent out basically like their checking line, their goon line for like against Colorado. And Colorado was winning like 5-1 or something. And Patrick Roy didn't like that because why are you sending out your fucking goons right at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to try to
hurt us?
Yeah, and basically that's what he was going to try to do.
Really?
Not to hurt them, but just like, let's take a run at a few of you guys. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Patrick Roy didn't like that to the point where he's like shouting at the top of his lungs at Bruce Boudreau, who's just right across from him. The two benches are right next to each other, separated by a glass partition. And Bruce Boudreau's not going to take this shit. He's shouting back at him.
Yeah.
Patrick Roy starts pushing the glass partition.
What?
And like straight tipping it over. And Bruce Boudreau's like, what the fuck? And you see like the Ducks players like, no, push that back.
What?
So that was his first game. And Patrick Roy, former player, also known for being like a hothead himself.
Yeah.
But it's certainly like, it was a statement thing to be like, you're not going to fuck with us just because this is a young team and I'm a new coach. No, you're not going to fuck with us. So I was actually on his side on that one. Like, took it a little far, but at the same time, he's trying to stick up for his players. And that's a good thing. You wouldn't want a coach to be like, I guess I'll let this one slide. He got fined by the league $10,000 for that, which is for a coach is a big hit.
Yeah.
But and also yesterday, San Jose looks like the team to kind of beat, which is
it's not about the money; it's about sending a message. Breaking Bad.
Is that a quote from Baking Brad?
Yeah.
I was going to say San Jose looked like the team to beat for whatever reason. It sucks for us because we have a real trouble playing San Jose all of a sudden. Didn't used to be a problem, but now we can't fucking beat them.
It's in their heads now.
And also, they're in our division now. They've reshuffled the division, so now...
What?
What?
Sorry, I was in the middle of drinking.
They moved Detroit, who used to be in the Western Division. They moved them to the East because that's where fucking Detroit is.
Detroit is, yeah.
So the only bad thing about that is a very good rivalry in hockey was Chicago and Detroit. Yeah. And that's changed now. Chicago's still in the Western Conference.
I was going to say, but Chicago's in the East too. It's fucking stupid.
This realignment, there were a lot of problems with the old things, especially you have a team in Winnipeg, which they haven't fixed. Like, Winnipeg is still in the East, and they're still in a division with, like, Tampa and Florida, where it's like they're here, they're bottom right of North America, and they're in the middle. So there's still problems.
We would have split it up into 4 sections.
Huh? Well, yeah, basically. But the 4 conference or the 4 divisions are called the Pacific, the Atlantic. I can't remember. The Pacific, Atlantic, Central, I think,
and Canada,
and then Metropolitan.
What? They used to take all like the big metropolitan cities?
Well, the thing is, they're all metropolitan cities. They all have fucking sports teams. Vancouver's a metropolitan city.
Yeah.
It's the worst name. And it's just like New York is there, but it's like Pittsburgh's there. It's like Pittsburgh is a big city, but not...
I don't know.
Yeah, it was
stupid.
It was stupid. I think it's Pacific, Atlantic, Central, and Metropolitan, but I could be wrong.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's the worst possible name, and it's like, you gotta fucking change that. The interesting thing is, they're uneven. The conferences, one conference has more teams than the other.
But then what were they thinking?
The point is, if one has more than the other, there's room for expansion. You can add more teams to the league and not fuck up the things, because one of them is short.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well,
just add more to both. Whatever.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
They basically took a thing that was a problem and just made more problems. But it's like, whatever. Doesn't really matter in the long run.
I guess.
The divisions are bigger now. There used to be 3 divisions in each conference. Now there's 2, and they're bigger. So Vancouver went from having Calgary, which is a bad team, Edmonton, a bad team, Minnesota, a bad team, and Colorado, 4 bad teams.
Yeah.
And then Vancouver. So that was always the knock against Vancouver. It's like, well, the reason they're so good is because they have to play those shitty teams all the time.
Okay.
So they've added LA, San Jose, and Anaheim to our division, and those are all 3 really good teams.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, it's going to be a really hard year for the Canucks, but the only team that we seem to have a problem there is San Jose. And San Jose, last game, they have a rookie on their team who's 19. This guy whose name is Hurdle.
19?
Yeah, and his name is Hurdle, and people call him Teenage Mutant Ninja Hurdle.
Wow.
I don't know if that's... I literally was on TSN and I saw Teenage Mutant... No, fuck.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's apparently a thing. I don't know who came up with that.
Would he even know what those are?
Well, the thing is, he's from fucking Czechoslovakia. He's from the Czech Republic.
So he wouldn't.
What is teenage? What is the first word? Then explain the others.
Teenage.
Last night he had 4 goals.
Whoa.
Yeah, so not just a hat trick, but the thing is, San Jose was playing the Rangers. Rangers are supposed to be a good team. Rangers were up 7-2.
Mm-hmm.
He'd already scored a hat trick. Then he gets on a breakaway by himself and shoots it between his legs, goes top shelf, and he scores a 4th goal. And he's 19, and he's playing with that kind of...
purposely, I'm going to do a trick shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's 19 and he's playing with that extreme confidence of say he fucked that up, he'd look like an idiot. He'd be like, well, why would you be so fancy with it?
Yeah.
No, he nailed it and he had 4 goals that night. And it's like, okay.
Well, he is a mutant ninja Hurdle.
So, yeah, and the San Jose, it's like, oh, they already had a good team and now they just add this young guy. If he keeps it up, who knows? But
he'll just get better.
He has 6 goals in 3 games now. So
what?
He's doing quite well for himself. And they ended up winning that game 9-2.
Oh my god!
So I don't know what the fuck happened to the Rangers. The most the Canucks have ever lost by, in my recollection, is 7, and it's usually a Chicago game that happens to us. And then we come back and we beat the shit out of them. But never 9. Getting 10 goals scored on you is an embarrassment. I remember that happened to Detroit a year or 2 ago, and it was just like, what? There just comes a point where the team just gives up, where they're just
they're just like, what's the point of this game anymore?
If you're losing 5-1, it's like, yeah, we're not going to win. And then that just keeps getting worse and worse. It's just a matter of, is the other team just going to let up? And some teams won't let up. They'll just keep their good guys out there and run the score up. But, Canucks look good. They're certainly playing a lot differently. We have some injuries. Burrows is hurt.
Already?
He blocked a shot and took it right to his foot.
That's what
happened. I think he has a hairline fracture in his foot. He'll be out for a few more weeks. And one of our players is suspended for smashing the face of another player.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was not on purpose. He hit him with the stick. Okay. He hit him, and then his stick just went flying and smacked him in the face and knocked out all of his teeth.
Okay.
And his jaw is completely fucked up.
Yeah.
One of the players on the Oilers, but
see, if we had androids, just get prosthetics for that.
Google Android.
Yeah.
I think that's it for sports.
If you had the option, if someone said,
press
Alex
the button.
Hanley, you can either become a cyborg, but they'll take your consciousness, who you are, and they'll put it into a robotic.
Is this will you press the button?
No.
You don't know about that?
No.
I'm bringing that up.
So you have that option of becoming a cyborg, so you could still die and all that, or your consciousness could be uploaded into the internet, and your individuality could live online forever.
But are there going to be server issues like GTA?
Oh, I mean, if the internet goes down, you're gone. So what would you choose? Would you rather...
The other one.
You'd rather be just a cyborg?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. A part of me, I think I would want to be on the net, because that's something that's close to almost immortality.
There's a website called Will You Press the Button?
Will you press the button?
I'm going to go to it. Don't go to it.
Sure.
It literally just goes willYouPressTheButton.com.
Yes.
It has a picture of a finger on a button.
Uh-huh.
Here it is. You can create your dream home anywhere for free. But your parents desperately want to have sex with you once even if they're dead.
Wait, what?
You can build your dream home anywhere for free, but your parents desperately want to have sex with you once.
Which,
even if they're dead. Yeah.
Which they aren't, fortunately. Yeah. But,
build your dream home anywhere for free, and it's asking you, will you press the button?
No.
Yeah, I will not. I don't need a house that badly.
And the thing is, okay, the house is built. How do I pay for that house? Just to maintain it?
Anywhere for free. And you can make your choice, and it tells you the stats on it. 80% said no.
Yeah, that's just a little too fucked up for me.
So let's do another one. And this I came across this website. I'm like, is this a new thing for SuperRoboPlay?
Yeah.
Little teaser. You become the opposite gender for as long as you want. Mm-hmm. But you are just as ugly and beta as you are right now.
Whoa! Yes, I'd press the button.
I'd press the button. Why the fuck not?
Because I'm not. We're not ugly beta individuals. No,
I do not think so. But
unless it's saying that you get turned into that.
No, it just says like you're yourself.
Yeah. Well, no, I would try that.
Well, you press the button. You could see the future.
Okay.
But you can't change it.
Ooh.
That's a good one. I've already made my decision.
I wouldn't press the button.
I wouldn't press the button either.
That'd be horrifying.
That's just all your anxieties. Like,
yeah.
Imagine, it's like I've read The Time Traveler's Wife, and it's like, no, there's nothing good that can come from knowing your own fate.
Yeah, there really isn't.
No, it's like, I get cancer and then I die? Huh. Shit. It'll just make you depressed. There's no point in knowing that stuff. That's a weird one. I got to refresh. No, that one I don't know what it is. It's some reference to something.
Okay.
Your teammates in any online game will always be nice guys who know how to play.
Okay, GTA Online.
But you will never be the best player in your team.
I'm okay with that. I want to have nice guys.
Jason. No, I don't care about teammates, and I always like being the best. So
the cat came back. There was a cat outside. I left food out there.
What, freaked him out?
Yeah.
He wasn't expecting me. He's got a tiny face.
I think it's a wildcat. No, you spooked him.
Yeah, he doesn't like my jingly fingers. So let's bring up a few more. Will you press the buttons?
Is this a new website? Has this been around?
I saw this on Tumblr. I think it's brand new.
Interesting.
Because some of them are.
How are they monetizing?
They have an app.
Okay.
You get an Android app and an iOS app.
Okay, smart.
And there's no ads yet, but it's a brand new thing.
Yeah.
And they're all, I believe, user submitted, so I think you can submit them.
Yeah.
They're not random. Like, they're supposed to be, everyone sets it up with a thing.
Yeah.
Because if it was just randomly shuffled, it wouldn't make sense.
No.
But no, I saw one on Tumblr of just like, all your favorite video games, how was it? Yeah. All your favorite video games would get sequels by the original people who made them.
Okay.
But all the major people in the video games industry are now feminists.
Wait, what?
And the thing is, all the girls I follow on Tumblr were like, hell yes, hell yes.
Oh, of course they would.
And I was just like, and I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, I feel like a lot of the people I like are already feminists. Like Ken Levine, but they're not feminists. They're just like...
Well, I was going to say, what does feminist even mean
at
this point anymore? It's so twisted and degraded, like what originally feminism was. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, there's feminism where it's about like pro-women's rights, and there's feminism that's just man-hating. Men. Yeah, man-hating. It's like, no, I'm pro everybody being equal, but also none of... And then feminism goes into that line of being like, not feminism, but just like pro-queer, pro-genderqueer. Yeah. And we've had a whole fucking podcast about that. And it's I don't want none of that. I don't even want none of that. I'm not saying you can't do that, but I don't believe in quote-unquote genderqueer.
Yeah.
Let me just see this one. Okay, this one is nonsense, but I will read it. You become the little girl. What is you're looking at your phone?
Sorry, my mom just texted me saying, "Hey, I saw turkeys at Walmart for 95 cents." And that to me, because I'm buying a turkey, I'm doing like a turkey Thanksgiving thing here on Sunday. 95 cents?
That cannot be right.
That can't. She's texting me again. I don't think you should have to buy everything.
Okay. Instead of, will you press the button? I agree.
95 cents though?
It must be 95 cents per pound. That's what it always is.
It must. It must be.
Does she not know how to read?
She's very sick right now as well. Maybe she's being delusional. 95 cents.
It's usually by the pound, and they're usually
we go to Walmart. Oh no, it's 95 cents for a turkey. Just take all the turkeys.
Where is the nearest Walmart?
Down the road by Costco. There's a huge Walmart superstore. It's like 5 minutes away.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I forgot. How soon is Thanksgiving? I never celebrate Thanksgiving.
Next Monday.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's never been a thing.
No? I think for us, it's always been a big thing because I have a fairly large family, both back out east and here. So it's always like get together and everything.
Well, and also for our listeners, Canadian Thanksgiving is on a different...
Yeah, it's a month early.
Yeah, a month early for us. And it's like, to me, I'm more in tune with American Thanksgiving because there's football.
There's Black Friday, there's all this stuff.
There's football on Thursdays, and they're usually good games. No, I'm going to change this one. This one's not a good one.
Sure. But no, I'm going to be attempting a whole Thanksgiving turkey feast here.
Deep fry it?
No, I'm not going to deep fry it.
Fuck you, man.
Hey, man.
I watched a bunch of deep frying turkey videos.
That cat is just like, it comes for a bit, and then it's like, will I get the food? Nah, fuck it. No, it's just being a weirdo.
No, you're Mark Maron. You got your own cats.
Yeah.
I was listening to, he had Harris Whittles on his show.
Oh, did he?
So I wanted to listen to that, and that was a fun show. But they go into like a huge fish discussion because they're both
fuck that.
They're both big music guys. But well, how did I get onto that? Oh, he's like Mark Maron's a big cat guy. Mm-hmm. He was talking about how there was a cat who was coming by who was missing an eye and his face was all swollen. And Mark is such a for a guy who is jaded and cynical as he is, he loves like animals. Will do anything to save an animal's life. He's often said animals way better than people. Cats way better than people.
I can see that.
Well, it's just like people have like fucking motives and all this. Cats don't got no motives.
Nope.
That's what he likes about cats. But
unconditional love.
He ended up taking the cat to the vet, and he was afraid that the vet was gonna. He actually ended up trapping the cat.
Yeah.
He was getting a little
cat trap.
Yeah, like a friendly one where you just put food in it, closes.
Not a bear trap.
No. So he took it to the vet, and he was thinking, "Oh, the vet's gonna tell me we have to put this one down."
Yeah.
And then he started thinking about it. I'm like, oh, the vet's not going to do that. The vet sees that I'm a poor sap, and I'm going to pay for this. There's a way to milk some money out of this. Yeah. But it turns out the cat actually wasn't missing an eye. It was just the swelling was so big that the swelling reduced, and his eye was still good.
Yeah.
And the cat was...
Mark Maron's like, I liked you more as the pirate cat.
Well, that pirate cat's all over the web, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he ended up saving the cat and releasing it back into the wild.
That's good.
And and Mark Maron was like, I got a little misty-eyed because he was talking about I let him back into the wild to roam free, and he's always got a bowl of food outside my house anytime he wants to stop by. It's like, fucking Mark Maron, how are you going to be like that?
Yeah. Making us all cry.
You could code and understand every programming language in existence, including any alien coding language.
Oh. I'm not sure why that'd be useful, but okay.
But you can't make any money, and people think you steal all of your code from GitHub and claim it as your own.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, no, if you can't make any money from it, then there's no fucking point.
I'd press the button. I don't care about making the money. If you could program whatever, think of the wonder you could create for the world. Who cares about the fucking money?
But no, I mean, maybe. I see that, though, as, no one will ever,
respect you.
Yeah, or take you seriously. It's like, well, no.
You stole that from GitHub. It's like anytime you create something miraculous, it's already on GitHub.
Fuck. I didn't, though.
You look like a sham.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. This is a good website. What?
I don't like that one.
What?
It's a My Little Pony related one.
Okay.
You get to come inside Rainbow Dash.
Okay, is that...
That's one of the ponies in My Little Pony. But she will become pregnant and overly clingy.
She will become pregnant?
Apparently. I don't like that one. Website. Was this refreshed?
I pushed the button.
Oh, that's not a problem. This one, I've already ruined it because I already gave my opinion. Mm-hmm. You have a huge cock, but each time you have sex, the condom breaks.
You just said, well, that's not a problem?
Well, but it's like, well, I don't care.
What if STDs, or pregnancy.
You get to have a huge cock. That would solve everything.
I don't know if that would actually
solve all the problems.
I don't think it would, Alex.
No.
No.
You become wealthy and famous.
Okay.
But you have Kanye's baby.
Oh, wait.
It doesn't specify. What, do I just have ownership over the baby now?
Or am I giving birth?
Am I spoilers like Walter White? Did I steal the baby?
Yeah. Or are you giving birth to Kanye's baby?
I want to say we're at a point now. I don't think we've ever. Did we even talk about Breaking Bad on this?
Nope.
Breaking Bad. That finale, I liked it. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing really needs to be said.
You already said spoilers for something he does.
Hey, and I was going to say as well, we're past the point now that show can be openly discussed spoiler free.
How long has it been? 2 weeks?
No, I'm saying the moment that thing ended, it's done. Like there's no grace period on this. We can spoil the shit out of it. That's it.
Yeah.
You missed out. Because there were people who were like, never watched Breaking Bad, but I want to watch it the first time tonight. It's like, no, we're past the point. If you haven't caught up yet, that's your own problem.
All the people spoiling Pokemon X and Y, fuck you. That's all I'm going to say. Fuck you. Giant dildo.
You become intelligent.
What is that? Okay.
I assume like highly intelligent, a genius.
Super intelligent.
But through intelligence, you reach new levels of existentialism and become depressed and cynical.
Well, that's already a problem. So, sure. It can't be any worse than it already is.
Super intelligent.
Right, guys?
Okay, here we go. You enter a loving relationship. I didn't read it fully. You enter a loving relationship with the trap of your dreams.
The trap.
Referring to a transsexual, a very convincing one, because the trap of your dreams.
Yes.
Whom will never leave you.
Where's the bad?
Oh, but you contract AIDS.
Well, there's no positive here. In my opinion. I
have to fuck a man, and I have AIDS. I don't think I'm going to go with this one. I will not press the button. Let's see how many people. 75%. Some people are okay with contracting AIDS. I think I've gone on record saying AIDS is the worst thing.
That is still not
curable.
Actually,
there's still some gangrene's pretty bad. There's all types of cancer that are fucking bad.
Where you lose yourself into your body, ALS.
Lots of ALS, fucking whatever else they call that, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah, it's like that's terrible. AIDS bad. That though, I don't know if I could.
Yeah, you just have no control.
Yeah.
You get a middle class payroll for doing nothing, but you can only leave your house for 1 day every year.
No, fuck that. That's the worst. That's terrible. You're under house arrest.
What would you do in that day?
I don't know. You couldn't go anywhere. I'm going to go take a trip. Oh, I've got to get back already. Yeah. It's like, no, that's awful.
Okay, here we go. You are given the love of your life.
Mm-hmm. The love of your trap.
No traps. You're given the love of your life. But your personal memories are completely wiped. Knowledge and intelligence remains. So you're not a retard.
No.
But all your memories are gone.
Who you are is not
I do
exist. It. The love of your life.
If you're not stupid, and it's like the logic would dictate that your personality would go along with it. Mm-hmm. This nature versus nurture thing of just like, well, all the nurturing, all your things, everything, all your experiences, like people who are their experiences, that's what make you who you are. So that's stripped away. You could be a completely new person.
Yeah.
So it's almost kind of like you have this unconditional love and a fresh start. It's like, fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah.
The negatives are just like, well, you forget everything. But it's like, well, I'm sure I could be filled in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When you think about it, and Ghost in the Shell touches on this, where memories essentially are what make us us, but memories on their own, it's simply data. It's just a bunch of facts.
Blade Runner.
Yeah. And it's just like, well, what makes you you is like your personality. So if that's still intact.
You heard it here first. Blade Runner commentary cast. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do it because it's such a classic. Yeah. Watch that on your own fucking time. If you haven't seen Blade Runner, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no kidding.
You can get that on Blu-ray for like fucking $15, and that's one of the best movies of all time.
Go watch that.
So yeah, I would press the button on that.
Yeah, you know what? I could see that because again, as well, if all your stuff is around, it's like, would you piece together your previous?
People get amnesia and all that kind of shit. It's like I could be filled in well enough. Hey, you're Alex. This chick loves you. She got tight puss. We'll do a few more of these. Yeah. We'll call it a show. But if you like this, maybe you'll see it again sometime.
I like it.
You go on a massive adventure, but all fights are rap battles.
Well, hell yes. That's great.
There's no negative. Anytime you're fighting with somebody, you're rapping too.
In the middle of the jungle, this like indigenous person
I don't even
comes
think
out.
it's that. I think it's like you get in a quibble with your friends or whatever. It's like, oh, we got to rap now. I don't know what that one even means. Okay.
Okay.
Huge dong.
Again.
But you only have one testicle that doesn't produce fertile sperm.
Oh, okay, sure.
Is this nigga not going to have kids?
I don't think so. Maybe not. Maybe not now.
Never.
Ever. I'm okay with that.
I think people, I don't know, I wouldn't say people rag on adopting, but people are like, people who are sort of like, oh, why would you adopt? Like,
yeah.
I want to have a kid of my own.
There's so many fucking kids out there already.
It's like, I wouldn't want to adopt a kid who's like 12 or some shit.
No.
Adopt a baby, raise it on my own. It's like, it's the same thing. We were just talking about it. It's like nurture. It is your kid because you'll raise them how they will become like you anyways.
You will teach them things. They will absorb it.
Yeah. It's like, they don't have your genes, but they're just going to become just like you because you raised them.
Are children really humans?
I was talking about, me and this girl were just talking about dogs.
Okay.
Hey, I've always said,
I'd
like to get a nice dog one day.
One day.
It's a nice thing of, before you get a kid, you get a dog to see how it all shakes.
Do it now while you're younger.
Well, also you can get a dog, and then if you have a kid, the kid can fucking clean up after that thing.
And I think
you clean up after the kid will clean up after the dog.
People who have kids and then have those kids raise pets as well.
Smart kids.
They
learn about responsibility.
Not going to be
and
shitholes.
Death. They learn about death.
Exactly.
Pets die. But no, say I know Jason has a disposition of anti-dogs.
I don't have a disposition.
Jason just doesn't want to own a dog, and also does not like dogs.
I'm annoyed by most dogs. I know very good dogs.
If you had to get a dog, what breed would the dog be?
I've always talked about getting a husky, possibly. Shiba Inus are supposed to be good, although I hear they can be like very high maintenance because they're still hunting.
I heard of a Shiba Inu that bit a duck.
Exactly. They're still hunting animals, primarily.
Their
mentality.
I was watching a video of somebody who owned a duck and a Shiba Inu.
Well, that's a bad idea.
He's like, yeah, my Shiba Inu, very aggressive when it comes to food. They were like, I feed my duck scrambled egg, chicken egg, so it's not duck egg. So who fucking cares? It's if they're eating like the albumin and the yolk, and it's like, what's what they were eating and when they were there to begin with? Who cares? But duck was eating the egg, and then the duck didn't want any more, and there was just egg lying around. So the Shiba Inu was like, my egg. Shiba Inu goes out there, and the duck is like just hanging out. And Shiba Inu was like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, went up to the duck, and the guy was saying, yeah, bit my duck around the throat, and it was just swinging it around. And like broke its nails, the duck's nails.
Yeah.
The duck was super chill about it. The duck was like in the video just the whole time, just looking at the camera like, oh.
Oh, it survived?
Yeah.
Oh.
The duck. It takes a lot to kill an animal.
I suppose.
And it's like, I feel like a duck's neck, like you can, if you snap it. But aside from that,
it was like the rubber chicken.
It is exactly the rubber chicken. But no, Shiba Inus, I've heard they have attitude problems.
There was one other breed. I can't think of it now. Another like
Siberian attack dog.
No.
That one day where I was just showing Jason the list of the biggest dogs on the planet.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the number one was like the Siberian attack dog, which is like the size of like a bear.
A horse.
They had it next to a woman. It was gigantic.
Yeah. But something smart and something chill. And obviously a lot of that, again, comes from nurture. But there's so many dogs out there that are just fucking stupid and yappy, and I can't stand
what I'm about
that.
to say is very sexist, but I think a lot of dogs spend too much time around women.
What does that mean?
Dogs are animals that thrive in a hierarchy. Mm-hmm. And say you're a husband and you're the one out at work doing your work stuff, and they're hanging out with the housewife all day.
Yeah.
Your waifu. They're hanging out with her. They think that they run the house because you're out getting the fucking bread, getting the dough. Mm-hmm. They're around her, and they think, this bitch don't own me. He owns me. Mm-hmm. So they walk around like they own the place, and that's what gets them the attitude problems. Yeah. The women are always like, oh, woo. Yeah. But the dog thinks I'm better than her.
Yeah, it goes like man, dog.
Yeah, and literally that's what happens. And
yeah.
I think a lot of the times you have dogs with attitudes that are being like walked around by women. They think I run the show here.
Yeah,
and that's not a sexist thing. But that's just like, no, dogs are animals of hierarchy.
Yeah.
Dogs that have attitude problems just don't understand their role in the hierarchy.
It's like, no, you are the bottom.
The woman just needs to take that dog and just smack it around a bit.
Alex confirmed for
don't hurt it.
Animal abuse.
Well, I've talked about it before. I'm not saying bait the shit out of an animal, but dogs...
Yeah, bake the shit out of that animal.
Bake a shit. Dogs, to train them, you gotta scold them a bit.
Yes.
It's just how it is. You don't kill it. You don't strangle it.
Jesus.
But it's like, it does something you don't like. Give it a smack on the rear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What kind of breeds would...
That's what I was saying.
Clearly.
It's gotta be... Well, I like Shiba Inus as well. I think they're pretty. But I'm a Beagle man.
Really?
The Beagles... My variety of choosing, but it would have to be some sort of Beagle mix. I think default Beagles are very good. They're well behaved. They've got lots of energy.
They're very dog.
They're the default dog. I think that's like prototypical dog.
Yeah.
But the Golden Beag, also known as the Beago.
The Beago.
If you look up Beago, that's a golden retriever and a Beagle mix, but I call it the Golden Beag. Yeah.
Interesting.
If you look it up, Beago, Beago, very cute. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I can see that.
And as well, the Dober Beag, and that's a Dober.
You really like this Beagle? I didn't know this about you. You're into the whole Beagle.
Beagle is the default dog.
I like animals with the fluff on them.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
Yeah,
I just want a nice. And I don't. Some people like the Dachshund. I hate that.
The Dachshund. I'm trying to think what that looks like.
Wiener dog.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't like
There's
that.
no way you spelled Dachshund right either.
No, I did.
No, there's impossible. How could you not spell Pittsburgh right, but spell Dachshund right?
Doxen?
We Dachshund.
No, I don't. I've never really liked the.
I think they're weird looking.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
I don't like
Kevin
all the...
Smith's got wiener dogs. It's like they're not dogs.
Speaking of which, I put this together today. It's just like, oh, I wonder how Kevin Smith feels about Ben Affleck being Batman. Like, what? Cause I don't listen to their shows anymore. But it's like, is he envious? Is he pissed? Is he happy? I don't know. Weird man. But
Did you not look it up?
No.
Oh, on the day it happened, he's like, well, that's weird. I've seen Batman naked. Because he's seen Affleck naked a bunch. No, he seemed happy for him. Look, those two aren't really pals anymore.
No, because
of Jennifer Garner.
What do you mean?
You haven't heard that?
No.
He was talking about that. I can't remember where, but he was specifically talking about how, I guess when they first started dating or whatever.
Yeah.
Jennifer Garner's like a straight lace, like no frills about it.
Yeah.
She just wants Ben to be a good family man. Mm-hmm. Doesn't want him hanging out with slacker ass Kevin Smith. Understandable.
I can see that.
So I guess Jennifer, I think they all did a movie or something together, or they were doing a movie together.
Yeah.
And Kevin Smith was around and was cracking jokes that Jen Garner was kind of like, didn't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and she was like, whoosh, on...
and Kevin Smith must have been around their house once or twice or something, and just Jennifer Garner didn't like the cut of his jib and was sort of like, I don't want you hanging around him anymore.
So she's the shitty girlfriend, pretty much. She's a good person. I've never really cared for her.
I don't know. At the same time, it's like, I think there's only so long you can be friends with Kevin Smith.
Well, that too.
So maybe it was the right call.
Yeah.
And look what Ben Affleck has gone on to do since cutting those ties. So I don't know. Maybe Jennifer Garner was in the right there. Yeah. But too bad for Kev. Old friends there. But yeah, he was asked, do you know where it was? I believe it was a few different places, but I saw him on What's Trending with Shira, whatever. Yeah. Roberto knows what I'm talking about. And I think Roberto's been on that show. I can't remember. You tell me, Roberto. You tweet. I can't remember. Bernie was on, Lisa Kudrow was on, and Kevin Smith was on. He talked about it a little bit there.
Right.
And the thing is, Bernie looked like a genius compared to those two. Where fucking Lisa Kudrow was talking to Bernie about, like, how did you guys make money early on? Yeah. Oh, well, we were selling T-shirts, and she was like, and now you're making so much money, you probably just give the T-shirts away for free.
Yeah.
That's how out of touch she was. Like, fucking...
Wow.
Lisa Kudrow still was making $1 million every fucking episode of Friends, but...
Yeah.
Bernie's like, no, we still make our money off of the T-shirts.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's so lucrative. To sell T-shirts for $25.
People eat that shit up.
They have so many T-shirts, so many fans. Yeah, that's tons of money. If 10,000 people buy your $25 T-shirts, you're rolling in it.
Jesus.
And it's way more than 10,000 people that are buying their fucking shirts.
Oh, yeah, because it's like they have a new shirt every week. And it's like, say that one person buys a shirt a few months back. Oh, new shirt? I'll buy this one, too. Well, the thing is,
they put the shirts in. They sell. They don't make those shirts anymore.
Yeah.
They will bring them back later. It's like a Mega 64 thing.
Yeah.
But,
except way more popular.
Yeah. But no, Mega 64 sell shirts like crazy, though. They have great designs, but literally anytime they put their stores in they put their shirts in stock.
They better shirt quality. I never really liked their quality of their shirts.
Well, yeah, they could switch like
that's less money.
Yeah, like a lot of shirt companies do it through American Apparel, and American Apparel has good shirts.
Yeah, I believe my Pokey shirt is American Apparel.
Probably.
Yeah,
but how tight it is on you.
Yeah, well, this is a small.
Yeah,
this is a problem.
But no, I think theirs is like Gildan or something. That sounds right. I think this is a Gildan shirt too. My Ava shirt, signed by one of the members of Mega 64. But it's fading now.
Do you wash that shirt?
Well, I wear it. There was a time where I was like, I'm not going to wear this shirt. And I'm like, well, I'm going to wear it. So I started wearing it. But, I have to wash it if I wear it. So, yeah, it fades. But one day, I'll bring it back to Garrett, and he'll sign it again.
Yeah.
And he will remember.
And we'll ask him, we'll be like, so you...
You hitting that? You hitting that... That Breaking Bad? That fucking talk of the GTA thing of how Barbara looks like. It's not true.
Hate it.
It's Kate Upton. It's Kate Upton.
It's Kate Upton, and it's that... whoever the model is that actually modeled for it. There's an actual model.
Yeah, you actually look at the face. It's like, they just took the Kate Upton picture and slapped this girl's face on it.
Yeah. I wonder how that girl feels.
You can make coffee only by looking at beans. But it tastes awful to you, but great to everyone else. Yeah, sure.
No, I do that because I don't drink the coffee.
Yeah, so I don't like coffee to begin with, and if I can make amazing coffee...
People would like that.
Literally, from looking at the beans.
Yeah.
Oh, bye-bye, Starbucks.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. I just thought to impress friends.
No.
Impress girls.
How fucking lucrative is that? If it's like, make coffee. It tastes great to everyone else. If everybody's like, goddamn.
Yeah. Except you're the coffee machine, though.
The only problem is like, but the thing is, once you get such good word of mouth, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
There'd be like the headquarters where perhaps you work at.
You sit there all day just staring.
Or you sit in the factory just like frantically looking around at all the beans.
Make coffee for me.
You get hired by Starbucks. Some lucrative thing of just like, oh, do you know what it would fucking be?
What?
Here's what would happen in this scenario.
Okay.
They take your eyes out. They pay you a price for your eyeballs.
Yeah.
And they give you new eyes.
They give you cyber eyes.
Basically.
Yeah.
They can do that.
I'm sure.
They have stuff for like that. I don't know what they do.
Not
people have glass eyes.
They have it. They've been talking about. This is the thing. This is for blind people. They're now getting new eyes for them.
I'm sure Starbucks could figure out a deal.
There's also the guy who is now he had a leg that he could control with his mind. Although it's still the same stuff of they hook it up to
nerves,
like their thigh nerves, rather than hooking it up. And it's like, oh, it's actually the nerves that his leg used to use. It's like, no, they're still hooking up, so like you clench a weird thing here, but all controlled with his mind, and he can walk with it. The future is now.
Yeah, I think
it's happening.
I think losing a limb isn't as bad as it used to be, but
no.
I would still much rather lose a leg, both legs. I don't fucking care. But the arms, games, you have to figure out a new method.
Be like one of those guys with his heads and just like using his tongue. He's like.
Well, no, you wouldn't need to do that. If you had if both hands were gone, sure. But no, there would come a point where it'd be like, fuck it, I'm just going to watch people do Let's Plays.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play this shit anymore.
I'll just watch this shit.
There's so many people who don't play games, they just watch the fucking Let's Plays.
And YouTube videos and just
also, speaking of which, PlayStation Plus, do you see what was out? I guess you already have it, but Shadow of the Colossus was free this month.
Oh, nice.
HD, so I'm going to get that and finally play that.
That's good.
I played it, but I'm going to play it on HD.
God, I'd still love to go back and get the platinum for that, but I know that I'd hate the game. I just have the one final thing of like, do hard mode or hard trial mode.
You could do it. Just watch some speedruns.
Oh, I could do it, but it's just like, I don't want to turn that game into just like a means to get something. It's just like, that'll ruin the experience.
That's the interesting thing. Like, again, I look at Snake there, and I think of Metal Gear. Mm-hmm. I did that definitely to myself, because I did Metal Gear Solid 4 like that.
Yeah.
And it definitely turns the experience into just the game.
Yeah.
But I like that they're splitting the franchise in two. Or technically three, because they have fucking Revengeance out. But how there's literally like one that no, here's just the game where it's going to be open world, lots of missions, and then here's the story. Like, they're splitting them up.
Yeah.
So it's like, for people who like the hardcore elements of this franchise, the actual game mechanics, here's this game.
Yeah.
And people who love the cinematic stuff, here's this game.
Nobody buys that game. It's like, oh.
No, everybody loves that shit.
Everybody buys that stuff and then are so quick to, like, hate on it. I don't understand that.
Yeah, the indoor kids really don't like the Metal Gear Solid series, which is like, they feel like they didn't give it a chance.
Yeah.
But I love that shit.
It's good stuff. Interesting storytelling. No one else does it like that.
Well, yeah, it's like, and people were like, oh, the cutscenes. No, just listen to what they're saying. It's super intriguing.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many interesting thoughts that they put into your head.
Yeah.
Although a lot of it is technobabble. If you start thinking about what they're saying, it's all smart. Hideo Kojima is a very smart guy.
Yeah.
He was tweeting the other day, he's like, a lot of people are talking about this show Breaking Bad. Perhaps I will give it a watch. It's like, I love you, Hideo.
Yeah, so good. That's one of the guys I really would love to meet, is Hideo. Just to meet him.
Here's a will you press the button? You can meet Hideo Kojima, but he will no longer make any more games.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah!
No,
I'm selfish.
I'd never do that. Let's do one more and we'll end it on this note.
Sure.
Oh, that's a terrible one.
Well, we guess we got to end on that one.
No, I already refreshed it.
Oh, okay.
So we're ending it on.
Okay.
You get the $1 million, but you must fight a skeleton.
What?
You get the $1 million, but you must fight a skeleton.
I pressed the button.
I pressed that button.
I pressed that button.
I'd mutts fight a skeleton. Must is not spelled right. Mutts.
Oh, mutts.
Mutts fight a skeleton. Yeah, I'd fight that skeleton. Hey, write in the comments below if you made it this far and you listened to this whole thing. $1 million. Hey, would you press that button? $1 million.
You fight.
Would you mutts fight a skeleton? Good night, everybody.
Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.